During Fed Chairman Jerome Powell's much anticipated press conference last week, he said,
"Reducing inflation is likely to require a sustained period of below-trend growth, and there will very likely be some softening of labor market conditions."
So I'm listening to him and I'm thinking, what does he mean? Well, what he means is definitely we're going to have low growth. It's going to be less than we've been used to over the last couple of years. And in all likelihood, what I'm hearing here anyway, is he means fewer people will be going out to restaurants and to shops, and there'll be less hiring and weaker wage gains. So yeah, it's going to affect a lot of folks, but those problems may not apply to you if you're a person who snags a job in the manufacturing industry, where they are seeing the exact opposite. They're seeing more growth, they're seeing more jobs, and they're seeing higher wages. Now, after this break, I'm going to tell you why jobs are plentiful in the manufacturing industry. Welcome back to Over 50 TV. My name is Lou Reyes. Before I dig into the reasons why jobs are plentiful in the manufacturing industry, I want to mention that this video, it's sponsored by Career Fitter. If you're looking to be steered to a career that better fits your skills, your personality, and your interests, well, I think the Career Fitter Career Aptitude Test fits the bill. I've got a link to the free version of this Career Aptitude Test in the description box. So now let's get to our video. According to a recent article in the New York Times, American manufacturers cut roughly 1.36 million jobs from February to April of 2020. And they did that as COVID shut down much of the economy. Now, as of August of this year, manufacturers, well, they've added back. They've added back about 1.43 million jobs. It's a net gain of 67,000 workers above pre-pandemic levels. That increase, well, it surprised Chad Mordray. Chad's the chief economist for the National Association of Manufacturers. He told a New York Times reporter, "I didn't think we'd get there, to be honest with you." That's because in past recessions, factories have typically laid off more workers than other employers in the economy, and they're also slower to add jobs back during a recovery. And factories, well, they use these cyclical economic hits as opportunities to outsource more jobs to low-wage countries, and they also up investment in technology that replaces human workers. But that was in what I like to call the olden days. Data now, according to the New York Times, well, it suggests a rebound, which is more likely to benefit manufacturers in the Mountain West and the Southeast. Well, that rebound is largely a result of circumstances surrounding the pandemic and the recovery. COVID-19, as we all know, well, it clogged up the global supply chain, and this made domestic manufacturing more attractive to some companies. Federal stimulus money helped shift American buying habits away from services like travel and restaurants towards goods like cars and sofas, furniture, which helped domestic manufacturing production bounce back faster than it did in the previous two recessions. Manufacturers, well, they say they'd hire more workers if not for their continued difficulties attracting and hiring skilled workers amid this low unemployment rate. One of those manufacturers who was interviewed by the New York Times, name is Fernando Torres. He's a vice president of operations for Green Tweed. They're a Pennsylvania-based manufacturer. Well, he says employees with different backgrounds are welcome at his company. They want to train, they want to develop them, they want to give them the skills to fill open jobs. And Torres says this, he says, "We're looking for lots of employees. We're not looking at slowing down." Brian Deese, he's the director of the National Economic Council. Well, he says this. He says, "One of the most striking things that we're seeing now is the number of companies that are committing to build and expand their manufacturing footprint in the United States." I see the growth in the manufacturing industry as great news for people who have for a long time been worried about their job. After all, what we're hearing from the New York Times reporters as they covered here in this story, what we're hearing is that this is an industry that's growing. This is an industry that is going to continue to grow and offer opportunities for U.S. workers. Now, I do understand there are going to be some folks out there who will watch this video And they're going to say, Lou, I'm older. I don't want to change. I don't want to get into something completely different. It's going to be very, very hard for me to do that. Well, my recommendation is this. You can stay in your comfort zone and possibly lose your job. Stay in your comfort zone and possibly lose your job and find out that you're going to be uncomfortable being unemployed. Or what you can do is take the first step and at least start exploring this as a possible career alternative. Well, that's all I got for you today, my friends. If you have any questions, please go ahead, put them in the comment box. You can always send me an email. And I will ask you to do two more things. Number one is consider subscribing to Over 50 TV if you're not already a subscriber. Number two, give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. And I also do want to mention, though, don't forget I did say we do have a free career aptitude test courtesy of Career Fitters. The link to that free test is in the description box. They've got a paid version, a free version. I'm giving you the free version. Well, as I always say, have a great day, everybody.